It was awesome. I mean, we knew it was a matter of time when it was going to happen. For me, I've seen a ton of them. I've been with him for 11 years now. To see him do it and have the season he's having right now, so consistent. The amount of points he's had, it's really impressive, and really proud to call him a teammate and a friend. So.
Even though everybody knew it was coming eventually, you said it was an emotional thing for him, or like it meant something,
Definitely meant something to him. I think, when it happened, it was pretty emotional, and then it was probably even a little bit more emotional when Marty kind of did that thing on the jumbotron and kind of handed it off to him. And Marty was such a big part of Stammer's career, on and off the ice. So it was a really cool moment to be a part of.
Alex, you're the 8th player in Lightning history to record 400 points. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. Really proud of that. I drafted in 2007. If you told me that, I don't know if I would have believed you. It's been a great ride. I've been fortunate that I kind of came in at the right time, and things have gone well for us recently. But yeah, I'm super excited, and I feel like I still have a lot of hockey left to play. So it's great.
The power play was struggling a little bit up until tonight. 4 goals in the power play. Is that good things?
Yeah, it's great. I actually think we've been playing pretty well on the power play recently. I mean, you don't always score, but as long as you're creating chances, you're creating momentum for your team, I think that's a huge importance. But tonight they were obviously going in, so that's gained confidence for a lot of guys, for sure.
Was there success urgency that you guys kind of had tonight and kind of carried over throughout 60 minutes here tonight?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what's been missing in our game recently. I mean, to get up for games, and we've played a lot of hockey in the past, but I really like the urgency tonight. It seems like we came out and we played with a purpose right from the beginning of the game.
Alex is playing with 11 and 7 helped create that urgency.
I think so. I mean, it seemed like we were playing with 6 forwards at one point tonight. There was a lot of ice to be had, but it definitely gets you in the game quickly. For me, we got a PK right away. It's kind of gets you into the game. But a lot of guys were playing tonight, and we did a good job.
You guys are confident what you can do in the playoffs once you get there, but how much do you need a game like this where you guys put it all together and kind of show it in that process? Yeah, I mean, especially after we played Detroit and it was kind of a deflating game, I'm really happy with the way we responded. And it's difficult to simulate those playoff type games, but when you play teams like Toronto and a team that you possibly could be facing, it seems like the intensity rises, and we just got to make sure we continue getting better and playing with that urgency in the next 5 games, I guess we got.
Killer was getting really chippy out there, especially in the third. How nice to see pretty much everybody kind of stand up and not put up with any of it. Yeah,
I think that's just the way our team is. If no matter what happens, we're gonna stand up for each other. We do have some pretty tough guys on our team, but regardless of that, if it's a guy that doesn't typically do that kind of stuff, we're gonna be all in there together, 5 of us. So I like the way we responded to a lot of those situations.
And following up on that, your line with Sorrell and Hagel, you guys are kind of be that matchup line that has to set the tone physically. Was that something you really want to get established tonight?
Yeah.
Right away on the forecheck and start banging away? I
think so. I mean, Tony and Hags are great skaters, and I think we play best when we play vertical. I think in a lot of times when you have time, when you curl back, it's really not our game. And I think the first shift was Hags gets the penalty at the end, but it was a really good shift for us and kind of set the tone where we were just playing forward. And when we play in their offensive zone, we're a pretty dynamic line.
Thanks, Killer.
Thanks, sir.
Let's go.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
You good with the score sheet?
We get another one. Yeah.
Oh, no, unofficial. No.
All right, we're live at the Lightning post-conference after the Lightning defeat the Toronto Maple Leafs 8-1 here live on the Sports Web Amped Up Sports. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with
Leo Haggerty.
There you go. So enjoy the show here. We don't know who we're going to get next. Hopefully it's either Ross Colton or Steven Stamkos, right?
Yeah. That would be my guess. It's probably going to be Stamkos.
All right, guys, stay tuned here on Amped Up Sports and I Love St. Pete, and of course the Sports Web live on YouTube.
Anyone needs to go back upstairs and go later.
Let's take the silver bullet up to 6. Yeah. Yeah, it should be.
All right, guys, we're just awaiting whoever is going to come next here. We're live on Amped Up Sports. I Love St. Pete and the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, giving you something to think about. Leo, what a great game tonight. Cloran said it best. They had something to prove, right?
Yeah, they did. It was time to step up. That's for sure. So,
all right, here we go.
It's just funny how things work out, right? I mean, to do it at home, against the team that I grew up idolizing, and then having, Cooch and Hetty assist on a one-time shot. And then, my parents were here, my wife was here. To do it at home, I mean, to have Marty come out and do that. I mean, I don't, really think of myself as an emotional guy, but that really hit me. And it was just an amazing experience for me to have, and, to be there with my teammates and the coaching staff and everyone. It's just an amazing feeling, something that you don't really know how to prepare for. Obviously I knew it was coming. It should have came a lot earlier in the game with some of the chances our line had, but and again, to do it in a really good game where we played well was certainly special. No, I had no idea. So that's why. And it's funny when you're on the ice, you don't hear it as clear, I think, as when you're in the stand. So it took me a while. I'm like, who's talking here? And then I figured out it was Marty, and then he popped up at the end. So I can't wait to give him a call. Maybe not tonight, but tomorrow. And obviously everyone in this room knows how much he's meant to me. So to be up there in the record books with him is surreal. I don't really know what to say. It's just it just worked. Like you said, funny how it all worked out here tonight. And I'll definitely cherish this moment for a long time.
You said on Tuesday when you tied it, the memories flooded into your mind about Marty and thoughts like that. What kind of thoughts or memories flooded in your mind when you either scored the goal or when you watched the video?
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I was just more emotional than I thought I would be. It was, like you said, you can never really prepare yourself for, I had no clue about the video tribute. The fans were amazing. To be out there on the ice when it's just you saluting that crowd. I mean, it's not quite, skating around with the Stanley Cup, but it's a pretty special moment. If you can have anything like that happen to you in your career and be recognized as an individual like that. But like I said, it just brings back all the times that you've that you've spent with the guys here in Tampa, all the people that have helped you along your way, your family, your friends. I mean, it's just that rush of emotion and adrenaline, and you don't know how it's going to feel till it happens. So that's the cool part about it. And like I said, to do it the way it happened on, with Cooch and Hetty, who have assisted on many of my goals on the power play, on the one-timer, it was a special moment.
Win two in a game like.
Yeah, I mean, like I said last game, when I tied it, I mean, it's still a cool moment, but it's always better and sweeter when you do it in a win, and especially against a really good team. We have a big bounce back game, and just a great atmosphere tonight. So that was cool.
You set the record. Kucherov gets a 600 point. Is that hockey karma or what?
Yeah, I mean, we were joking about, that was probably going to be the case. I mean, when Pointer was out tonight, I knew I was going to play with Cooch, and whether it was on the power play or 5-on-5. I told him I'm definitely keeping the puck. He's got at least 600-700 more points to come. So this record may not last that long with Cooch around. So I told him right away, congrats on 600, but I'm keeping the puck.
Meanwhile, we had a game tonight that was very important, not only to bounce back after the loss days ago, but also against the team that you may be facing in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it was certainly a big game for us, and we didn't play very well against them, last time around in our building. So we didn't have a great one last game against Detroit. So we knew we'd respond. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, this game, probably doesn't mean much, but it's something for our group to build on. I mean, we can sit here and say they probably didn't have their best game. We played pretty well. Script was flipped last time. So, but it is nice to play well against a very good team over there. And if we happen to see them, we definitely have felt each other out a little more tonight in terms of the physicality and the stuff after, the score was kind of out of hand, but that's hockey. And I think I'm just, more proud of the bounce back that we had.
The bottom line is you have to put the puck in the net, but you played with some great playmakers, LeCavier, St. Louis, Kucherov. How important is that?
Well, I mean, to have, a lot of success, especially goal scoring in this league, you have to play with some pretty amazing players, because you can't pass yourself the puck out there. You need guys that are unbelievable. I mean, Hall of Fame players, future Hall of Fame players, you name it. I've been so fortunate to play with, the guys you mentioned, obviously, Vinny and Marty early on, and, Hetty, Cooch, and, Pally's been around for a while, Killer. I mean, the list goes on with, how many amazing players I've had the opportunity to play with. And in order to have individual success, you have to play with amazing players. So I'm certainly thankful for that, and made sure I let those guys know how appreciative I was tonight.
You said after the game on Tuesday that after the first period, you just didn't stick with the plan. You didn't have quite as dominant a first period, but it was still a good first period. And you just kind of stuck with it. Is that an important part of this process?
Yeah, that was something that we talked about. So it was, again, even after the last game, we talked about staying consistent throughout the course of the game. And that's something that usually leads to success, especially for our group. If, we play the way we want to play for the majority of the game, it's going to give us a chance. And, Vasi was great tonight, made some big saves in the first and kept it 0-0. And then, I thought we just kept pressuring all night, and you get rewarded when you play the right way and you earn your breaks. Like I talked about the other day, we earned them tonight, and that's what happens. And it was a great effort.
Earning your breaks when you had to get a back check on Marner and the power play. How much of that's an example of speed, you guys being engaged tonight?
Yeah, I mean, that's for sure. That's part of it. And, that whether it was me or whoever, I mean, that's when we know we're engaged, when everyone's doing that. We had, I think, all 4 guys come back on that PK, and then you earn your breaks, and we go down and score. So it's the little things that sometimes don't end up on the scoreboard or the highlights or, the video sessions. But, we as a group notice those things when individuals, do that, not just me, but other guys. And it's kind of contagious. And, we certainly had that all night tonight.
All right, thanks, Taylor.
Yep.
Thanks, David.
All right, so we're back here on the Sports Web. We're live here on Amped Up Sports. Any surprise there by Stammer? I mean, what he had his response to say to you when you asked him about playing with playmakers?
Well, amazing how humble the guy is. I mean, you're talking about a Hall of Fame player here. You know, the guy's got 953 points. He's going to end up with over 1,000.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's just, and the funny thing is, or the amazing thing is, his goals and assists are almost identical. And you don't see that a lot. You see a guy gets maybe, 35, 40% of his goals and then 55, 60% assists. Not Stamkos. And again, he played with some great players. And again, he acknowledged it. What a humble guy.
Yeah, surpassing Marty St. Louis tonight with 954 points. And how you knew that he was going to do it in that left slot. That's where he's made his money. They were saying it tonight, hammer time, Stammer time. And it was just Kucherov. What was he looking for on that goal?
And you know what, Peter? We sat up there, and as soon as the pass went from Stamkos to Hedman over to Kucherov, we could see that Kuch sunk the defense down. And I leaned to you. I said, "Here it comes." And he went cross ice with it. And give the goalie some credit. He gets the top of his stick on it.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how you just got to fly across and hope you can get in front of that thing. And perfect spot.
Yeah.
Top shelf.
Absolutely.
Short side.
Power Play, what you're listening and watching right now, is the Sports Web live here on Amped Up Sports. I love St. Pete. And of course, yes.
Yeah, we got an interesting situation coming up Saturday, Sunday. Who do you go with? Do you go with Vasilevsky Saturday, or do you give him a day off, go Sunday? Because it goes Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Got 5 left in the space of 7 days.
It's a great point. Absolutely great point. I'll tell you another point here. The Lightning's power play came in tonight, 3 for 23, 4 big power play goals. And it seemed like, once again, the Lightning had something to prove. They wanted something to prove, and they proved it tonight that they could hang with a big boy like Toronto. Even though you're without Austin Matthews, the Lightning also are without Braden Point, who has a lower body injury, right? So proving ground tonight for the Tampa Bay Lightning, 8-1 over the Maple Leafs.
And let's go to one other thing. Boston gets beat 4-0 by Pittsburgh, so the Lightning are up 3 points now in third place. They're 6 behind Toronto. They're up 3 on Boston. It's going to be hard to catch Toronto, but nothing's impossible. It ain't over till it's over.
It ain't over till it's over. Of course, Florida tonight clinched the number 1 spot. There was no doubt about that. We're waiting. Coach John Cooper here, stand by live on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Guys, this is why you should like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Not only that, like and subscribe to Amped Up Sports, because we're giving you exclusive coverage of the Tampa Bay Lightning after they defeat the Toronto Maple Leafs 8-1.
Also, follow us on Amped Up Sports and on the Sports Web. You'll get it. You're getting it as we're getting it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. This is what we give you here. Stand by, guys.
John, you told us to ask you about some of the Stamkos, assess the record. So assess the record. Just what was that moment like? The way it happened.
Yeah, irony, right? Happens against the, his hometown team, I guess, where he was from, and on a one-timer on the power play. So it's, I don't know, he's had a tendency to do that in his career, score big goals in big ways. And it was weird. I thought about, the goal he scored in Dallas in the Cup final. It's just kind of that similar, he did it with a little flair, and so it was really happy for him.
Coach, is that the performance and what you were looking for at both ends of the ice tonight?
Yeah, if we got that on most nights, I'd really I really like a lot of things we did, but don't read too much into it. It was one game. A lot of things went our way. We earned a lot of our own breaks, but it's just one game.
You're a better team when you're engaged physically. That is an example of that tonight. And when you guys are.
Yeah, probably. The way we've played, some of the results we've gotten here probably in the last few weeks, we've been a little inconsistent. But, we play a team that's, I don't know, the division rival, I guess. We've never really played in the playoffs, but a team we see a few times a year. And last time we played them in this building, the score wasn't as bad as tonight's was, but it was fairly similar, just the other way. So I think we had a lot to play for tonight, just kind of defending our home turf a little bit against a really good Leafs team. And I know they were missing a 60-goal scorer, but it was a good effort by us. So hopefully we can continue this.
It was a great point too. Like, how is he, or is he full days, or?
Yeah, he should be. We're hoping he'll be back for Saturday.
How important was it after Tuesday's game? You talked about not sticking with the process after the first period, that you kind of stuck with it in the second period tonight.
Yeah, like the first period, I think they outshot us like 15-7 or something like that. But I had a scoring chances like 2-1 for us. We had some juicy looks that we just didn't do anything with. But getting that first one, we built. It was good emotion in the building. I think guys were pulling for Stammer as well. Hoping that was going to happen tonight. But we saw this game through to the end, and that's what I liked about tonight. It wasn't, play 2 good periods here and then take a period off. We played a complete game, and so that's just what we need more of, moving into the second season.
John, going 11-7 tonight, I know that's something that you said your group's been comfortable with in the past, but what do you think it is about this group that they are comfortable just switching like that on whim there?
Yeah, listen, I've been here almost a decade. Can't believe I'm saying that, but and most of these players, a lot of them have too. So nothing we throw at them now is really new. They're pretty equipped with everything. So when it came to us late that Pointer might not be able to play, guys don't blink an eye. So we know what we're doing in that regard.
Coach, you had a good amount of redirections tonight. That only happens if you get people in front of the net. Was that a point of emphasis?
Yeah, and we haven't been doing that nearly enough. But I thought we were a pretty determined group tonight around their net, and we weren't just senselessly shooting pucks. We shot with a purpose, and sometimes that is, shooting for sticks. And they all don't go in. Tonight they went in for us. It was just one of those nights, and I'm sure they're looking at it the same way. As in an 82 game year, you're going to get a couple what they probably think is a dud for them, but we'll take it.
Thanks to watch the video, the Marty narrated.
Well, how could you not? I mean, I think the Leafs were glued on it too. It was, that's a big moment. Anytime you're going to be the franchise leader in an organization that's been around for 30 years, and have the guys, you're passing are Hall of Famers. And so it was a great moment, which is weird because I think, and hopefully I don't screw this up, I think on the same goal, was that Kuch's 600th point. So we were looking for multiple pucks on that goal, but it was, what an accomplishment. And he's got so much more left in the tank, but wow, that was, I've had a front row seat to about 600 of those, and they never get old.
Thanks, good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.